Annie is
still being considered, and even though we've seen some funny interactions where she cues herself, it is very strong in the Mel otherwise.
It's just really good.
But it's Mel bottom lane like we were talking about before.
Yeah, Duckdom is a guy that always goes to the Ziggs. He does like his mages, and he's going to go for the Mel into the Ash Seraphine, and Rel immediately gets locked in, and it's Yone.
That was the pick that you talked about earlier on in Game 1 that we used to see flexed a lot for the team. I
summoned it.
And here it is. And so Zeus will be playing Yone into Gnar in the top lane.
Look at Odin's face.
Now, I look at the draft here for the Supers, and I think it's a really good draft. If they are able to rebut some of these Seraphine ultimates or even some of her roots at the right timing. Ash Arrow also rebuttable, you know, maybe. I mean, that's what I always say. You're able to be rebutted. I think rebuttable is the correct.
No, it just sounds
ending.
Great. It rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, I didn't design the name of the thing. They could just called it Reflect. But you know,
no, it's too simple for. We need to make it more interesting. Okay, well, this is...
Nope.
Oh, we're both
wrong.
Oh,
no! Does not have his ultimate. He will be seen on this ward if he wants to make a play for this. Let's see if Dudu falls into his trap.
Flash, W, stun. He gets the hop off, though, and Dudu, oh, he's going to flash after him. Of course he will. For some reason, the Q is not going to hit, though. And now Peter's here.
But, you know, Duda wasn't listening to the global cast. He was talking to his coaching staff and stuff.
Yeah.
He's still there, by the way, which you also have explained.
No, but this time, Pyosik with the one-up on him. And Pyosik is here, and Zeus doesn't have flash, because he used it to try to gank.
I try not to shoot skill shots at her because of that.
That does make sense. Zeka trying to support Kanavi, and he's asking Kanavi, am I doing a good enough job? And Kanavi says no, but he's still dead. And Pyosik is going to pick up that kill. And this is where, you know, if HLE can't get that snowball rolling, you can see them getting a lot of trouble. And now Zeka trying to ult his way out. He is going to get the Q3 and not even have to flash. You made your career playing Engaged champions or something else like, you know, Akali. They're just going to dive Peter, by the way, as Duckdom says, no, the hell with that, I'm running away. He flashes and dies anyway. And now Duckdom says, you know what?
Duckdom's like, he won't go back in, right? He will go back in, by the way.
Yeah, he's still here. And not rebuttable there, as Guma will avoid a lot of the damage, and Kanavi eventually picks up the kill. At least they got that, but Dudu with Pyosik able to get the kill here once again on the Zeus, who is now 0-2.
Really working at all, despite the buffs. Now, they do get this kill on the Zeus, which is the second of the game. This is going to push Dudu into a further lead. Thing is that Annie will also kind of still do a lot of things.
As the team fights do happen. Zeus is looking for revenge.
Like I said, he can do things even when he's behind on gold. He's just going to press stun buttons.
Now Q3, you see that Closer thinks, maybe I can get this kill on Ione. No, you cannot.
Nope, but he tried.
Gets the kill.
And it was fairly close. I mean, I did. I just wasn't at Worlds.
Sometimes.
I was yelling Duckers at the TV screen a lot, though.
Yeah. This time Zeka, in a little bit of trouble, might have to flash. Is trying not to.
Oh, that's at the very end! My God! And Kanavi is here, of course.
Yeah, of course he's here. I don't think he gets this kill on a Pyosik, though. He's going to put up the shield. And the light is here as well.
Yeah, Duckers, you don't want to fight the Ashe. He knows that. He doesn't need me to tell him. He doesn't want to fight the Pantheon either.
Well, he's going to rebut and flash. This time Zeus finds himself a Pyosik once again. Pyosik's doing a really good job of getting that kill at least, as now they're diving. For some reason, Duckdom did not expect Kanavi to dive between the turrets.
Was really helping, or if he was just reminding everyone that he's in Rel prison, which is playing Rel into this composition and being able to do nothing. This flash, incredible on the auto, unable to connect there. Kanavi, is he punished?
I think so.
I think he has no
I think
flash.
this time with Pyosik here. They are going to get Kanavi. And they're going to give the kill over to Closer. He's getting some fruit. I mean, Pyosik, you got to help your buddy out. And Closer does get the kill at the end of the day. Once. Looks like. Oh, no, just picked. Zeus is getting dove here once again. Not a big surprise. Duckdom going to pick up that kill as Pyosik. There are some really good ones, but not this one.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Much better for Hanwha Life Esports, in
Guess
fact.
what? They're diving Zeus.
Yeah, I don't know if I need to say it. We're watching it.
TP's coming in, and they're a little bit late on the play, but still going to feel pretty good. Nice, Yone ult into 3, but he's still alone. He's still going in, though, and he will bind his soul back up.
He really wants to catch these stragglers.
Bot, Overgrowth, Bot tier 1. Like, yes, you killed the Annie 5 times, but what did it cost? As that's a big rebut. They're going to get the Seraphine, but unfortunately, doesn't do all too much else. Closer is going to come on over, though, and Kanavi is trying to punish Duckdom, and eventually he will. Zeka also a little bit too deep, and this time they call the bluff again, and Guma is still mid.
Yeah, Guma's getting a lot of money.
They're killing him again.
Phenomenal, and yeah, I mean, is he worth gold?
Oh, they're not going to get him, actually.
Looking to take another inner off the map. Already got the mid one. Need to be careful of overextending here.
This is Delight. He's so dead. I mean, that was very interesting. Pyosik, though, pays the price. And I guess it was a bait all along, or maybe not. Kanavi is also going to go down. Very confusing passage of play.
Wanted to set up a Gnar there, but didn't have flash. Is not able to close the gap. But they really need to be careful here. The Smell is 2,000 gold behind, but she's kind of hitting the champions.
Doing her job. As now Closer, finding out what Kanavi does. Zeus comes in and picks up his second kill. He's now 2-5, just like Kanavi.
Zeka also could TP in, but they're giving away control over the Dragon. Hanwha Life Esports a little bit timid to actually team fight here.
TP, though. Going to be used in mid. I mean, maybe they don't want to go all in on this Drake, but Kanavi's still here, and we got a Blast Cone for Zeus, so I think they still want to go in on the play. Meganar very nicely timed for Dudu. Just going to wait, and now they're going to target Kanavi, and in goes Zeus. He's pulled back by the Rel, but still, that's going to be the Annie down. A steal here from Kanavi. Picks up the objective, and they also got Pyosik, so DNS trying to get out Kanavi. Once more, action flashes the wrong way.
Is Kanavi... Okay.
Where's he going? Well, they're all here, and I think he just realized that, and he does not have his shield. The rest of his team is north of him.
Well, now we're looking at a siege here. I mean, there's a lot of turrets left on the map here. DNS could take a gold lead.
Ooh! That flash was very close. Like, the arrow was basically halfway through him. And they still want something. I mean, ult in just barely stuck value. Yeah.
He's kind of getting outpaced by the front line of his team, who are going very deep. Now he's going to hit a Baron, so that basically counts.
Just do the Baron. This is pretty risky. I mean, Pyosik is right here, and he's going to spot with his flag that they're doing it. And now Zeka going to miss his knockup, as Pyosik is going to flag Dragon to steal it away in front of them. Although the Seraphine ult gets massive value. Couple of kills there for HLE, as DNS do not commit to the play, but at least Pyosik was able to steal the objective.
Bit of a potential trap here, though. Like, Kanavi goes in on these. Oh, Closer.
Well, this time, yeah. You can't rebut those as Azir. Kanavi gonna find a Meganar eventually.
But ultimately, Kanavi does survive. Now actually has a Maw.
You can see that this game has been very close. The gold difference have been up and down, but it's been very close the entire time, as Kanavi is going on in, frontlining here into Pyosik, who's just trying to disengage. Spear not going to land, and they will effectively disengage here.
The Mel poke is hitting hard at this point.
Here comes Ace. He's got Flash. He's got Proto Belt. And he's looking to party. He's going to find absolutely nobody, but he's still going to go in as the stun doesn't quite land. Zeus dies, and he's got Closer, but the double stun comes in. And now the Seraphine catches the two super low members. And man, Delight is going to save this team fight. As DNS stuck around a little bit too long with those health bars.
But they are
exclamation marks.
Gonna have to play through this mid super minion now to get Prio to now start to challenge this Baron in 40 seconds. And I think they will be able to jockey for it.
Oh boy. Yeah, they're just looking for picks here. Closer. Oh, Peter actually blocked that one. It's a little funky. Gonna throw in a Seraphine ult, but that is Azir, so he just gets away. Closer just TP'd from the base after picking up a Fiendish Codex, and now the ults. Nice flash there from Ductom to get away as they're looking for the angles. They're still going for this Mel, the Seraphine ult, a total whiff, but now they're gonna turn their sights on this guy on the left here. Closer all alone, but a big sweep gets 2, and that's a double kill for Closer, but it's still not enough as they have not dealt with Gumayusi and this gigantic Yone. Double kill for Guma, and HLE still win the fight.
HLE win the fight. Guma is untouched. He's hitting the champions. He has a perfect KDA. He is the only member of these 10 who is deathless on the Rift. And finally, he gets to play the game and do a lot of damage. 5k plus in that fight. Now, trying to end. Ductom has a lot of wave clears. This has been the story of these attempts. And it looks like the wave will be cleared again. One more is coming through. Guma's taking turret damage.
That was a reflected Seraphine ability as well, straight into Guma. And, okay, it's all up to Zeka, really. He just flashes on top of Ductom. It's essentially zoning, and he'll put him in the death chamber as well. As the Yone, they could never deal with him. And he was too much to deal with at the very end as well. 2-0.
I'm gonna